Colts. She controlled the early pace, but faded back to 7th. Still racing here at Belmont Park, and more post-Belmont Stakes reaction coming up.
When you're renting a car,
It takes command. It's Charismatic holding on to win it by a head. And Charismatic has the lead. Charismatic, the Derby winner, wins the Preakness.
If you want to see Derby and Preakness winner Charismatic try for the first Triple Crown in 21 years, bring your Visa card. Because you won't get past the gate at the Belmont Stakes using American Express. Visa, proud sponsor of the Visa Triple Crown Challenge. It's everywhere you want to be.
can I get a bite of that Subway foot-long sandwich?
No.
Ah, damn it.
Sorry, little man.
Hey.
Big appetite? Go to Subway. Our footlongs are meals in themselves with your choice of meats and veggies. They're bigger than any burger. Subway, the way a really big sandwich should be.
Top kid entering the Belmont Stakes had won about $281,000. Winners shared today more than double that alone. Very happy owners are with Kenny Rice.
Thanks, Chris. I am with the husband and wife team of Laddie Dance and Jenny. She prefers to be called Jenny Vance instead of Jean. Congratulations on the victory today. Now, Lemon Drop Kid races in your name, but you said this is very much a husband-wife combination and ownership.
Definitely. It always has been. And it just worked out that way. It was easier for me to have the silks and for him to race in my name, but it's always been a group effort.
Does that mean, Laddie, that you split the wins as well as the vet bills and everything else that goes with it?
That depends on my behavior.
What about the Lemon Drop Kid? Last year you were high on him as he came here and he won the Futurity and beat Yes It's True, who at that time was the best 2-year-old in the country, and you felt very good about him then, you said.
And we loved him in the Champagne. Then he got that horribly sloppy racetrack that Nick Zito's horse liked, and just got caught, came by, but we've never lost confidence in him.
And you never lost track of him, Jenny, as he was coming down the stretch here today.
I rode him every step of the way and screamed my lungs out. So maybe he heard me. I don't know.
When did you make your good move on him? You think maybe Jose was able to pick it up?
I think Jose is a little smarter than me. So it worked out very well. We're thrilled.
The Lemon Drop Kid, of course, a Damon Runyon character. There was a movie, Lemon Drop Kid, starring Bob Hope, that also involved horse racing. And therefore is the name of Lemon Drop Kid, at least sort of the name of Lemon Drop Kid.
The Lemon Drop Kid is a fictional character in Damon Runyon's stories in Guys and Dolls. And the Lemon Drop Kid was a Saratoga tout who ate lemon drops. And we were a little hard-pressed to find a good name for this horse. And as it turned out, it suits him because he has a great personality, and the whole thing kind of goes together.
Congratulations.
But he doesn't like lemon drops.
He doesn't like lemon drops?
No.
What will be his treat tonight for winning this one, Laddie?
Nice big bowl of mash.
A carrot.
Congratulations once again. Laddie Dance and Jenny Vance, the husband-wife team that owns this year's Belmont winner, Lemon Drop Kid. Chris?
We got to get Laddie and Jenny a lemon drop. Sometimes when your horse wins a big stakes race, you end up losing your voice. We'll come back to Belmont after this. Back to Belmont Park. We'll take you to the top of the hour here. Reminder that Cadillac will present the NFL Golf Classic today at 5:30 on ESPN. Bob Dixon, that's tomorrow, I should say, at 5:30 on ESPN. Bob Dixon on hand to defend his title against some of the NFL's biggest stars, the senior PGA on ESPN. Lemon Drop Kid wins it. Charismatic denied the Triple Crown. He runs third, and obviously after the race, a great deal of concern for the condition of this gutsy, well-raced colt. And back in the barn, very important, intense moments here as you see Wayne Lucas and Charismatic being taken out of the trailer, brought back to the shed row. Of course, the important thing everybody wants to see is the x-ray taken of his leg immediately upon returning back there, and Lucas examining it. We learned earlier that it is a fracture, but not as serious as it could have been. Charismatic will have surgery. His racing career may be in doubt, and you see Chris Antley embracing the owner, Bob Lewis.
Chris, I think that this will fuel the Lucas bashers Again, Wayne Lucas does not have the best of relationships, to put it mildly, with the racing media. He called them cockroaches, I believe, earlier this week, or at least a portion of them. And they've accused him of the past of, quote-unquote, running horses into the ground, as if to suggest that Wayne runs horses when they're sore, when they should be back in the barn, simply to gratify his own ego. And I think those people will be back out in force, unjustifiably so.
I was going to ask you, is it justified at all? This is a horse that had seemed to thrive on a pretty heavy workload.
I think it's hypocritical, not just unjust. I think to say that Wayne Lucas is the only... Yeah, I think Wayne Lucas has run horses before that maybe shouldn't have been out there. But every trainer has done that. Every trainer has gotten a message from an owner, run the horse against his wishes at every racetrack across the country. Horses are athletes. They are susceptible to injuries. Gundy if Patrick Ewing rips his Achilles tendon. Do you blame Bill Parcells if there's 4 jets in the training room the morning of the game? No. I think it's unfair. I think it's not right. And I think anybody that resurrects this is being unfair to Wayne Lucas.
Earlier today, Janine Edwards spoke with Chris Antley.
We'll hear probably the most dejected rider coming out of the Belmont Stakes, Chris Antley, who had to pull up Charismatic. Chris, let's start coming out of the gate, though. Take me through the race up until the top of the stretch.
You know, he broke very well. He has in his he did with me twice prior in the Derby and in the Preakness, and that's been a big asset to his performance. You know, I've always let him run out of there, run a couple strides, gather him up, and let him run into the bridle, and that's what we did today, and that's where he found himself. I didn't know if he would be in the first or second tier, but I let his stride judge the pace. He was very comfortable there. He was relaxed. He let the filly go on and give me a target and just kind of sit off of her. I went to the 3 or 4 path down the backside, and he was so comfortable. He pricked his ears. He got off the bridle and was just galloping effortlessly. So I was very comfortable and pleased with his position there. You know, around the turn, when he just started getting a little pressure from opposition on the outside, he quickened on his own, and I was able to, you know, gain the lead, drawn away from the filly when I first called on him, turning for home. He was trying hard, and then the 8th hole, he just kind of let up a little bit.
I noticed it seemed like he kind of just
sure
ran out of steam, maybe.
I wasn't sure why, but he just kind of geared down a little bit, and you know, I continued to ride him, but at that time, you know, there was a closer on the outside that went by us, the eventual winner, the 6th horse. And the 6th horse went by me, and I rode him just enough to hang on for 3rd. You know, not really whipping him anymore, and after the wire, I don't know how many strides it was. I can't recall, 3 or 4 strides. I already had a hold of him, and he kind of dipped suddenly underneath me, and I was able to pull him up without him falling or anything, and I don't think he would have, because I don't believe it was a bad break. I think it may be a suspensories or maybe a small fracture or something, but he was in a little bit of pain. He tried through that pain. You know, he's an athlete, and a lot of athletes get hurt this way. But he tried hard, and that, you know, he wasn't able to give the people what they wanted today.
Well, I'm sorry that your Triple Crown hopes didn't turn out the way you wanted, but Charismatic did bring you to the Derby winner's circle and the Preakness winner's circle. It's been one heck of a comeback for you as a rider.
It was a great trip getting here, and you know, these kind of things happen. It's all a part of sports, and you know, he's an athlete, and he tried hard, and you get hurt, and you know, good horses have problems, and they try hard, and they get hurt, and that goes with any athlete. And you know, hopefully he's okay, and you know, maybe he's going to be a daddy one day. So we'll have something to look forward to.
That we will. Thank you very much, Chris Antley. Best of luck in the future. Let's go back to Chris.
Janine, thank you. It's been a wonderful rebirth for that face right there in the last 5 months as far as his racing career. Still more on Belmont Stakes Day. I'm here in New York after this. For Santos Connection, still hot. Winners of the Belmont win the 11th race here with a horse called Coomran. It pays $58. That's about the same price that Lemon Drop Kid won the Belmont. Over to Kenny Rice with Randy Moss.
Okay, thanks very much, Chris. Randy, I know sports writers have opinions. Turf writers have a lot of opinions. What were some of the opinions you heard up in the press box after the race?
Well, above everything else, of course, everybody's talking about the tragic aspect of it with what happened to Charismatic. Belmont Park has seen probably more championship races than any track in America. And the inevitable part of that is it's also seen more than its share of tragic outcomes. I mean, we've seen Ruffian here, Go for Wine, Timely Rider, Prairie Bayou, and now Charismatic. Of course, those all ended tragically. And it looks like, and we're all hoping, of course, that it's not quite so dire an outcome for Charismatic.
As far as the way this race was run today, did anything there surprise you in the way it's set up, other than, of course, the outcome, which has shocked everyone?
Everything surprised me. It was a bizarre race from start to finish. Of all the horses you would have expected to go out and challenge Silver Bullet Day head-and-head for the early lead, the last one you would expect would be Charismatic. And Menifee's also right up there close. So, and the pace wasn't a particularly slow one either. The running time of the race was pretty fast. When everybody does their figures, it's entirely possible that Charismatic will have run his normal race and just got beaten by a couple of horses that improved.
Okay, Randy, as always, thank you. Back to you, Chris.
Kenny, thank you. So, still 11 Triple Crown winners. Secretariat and his buddies will not welcome a new member into the club for the 21st consecutive year.
Brought to you by National Car Rental. So what are you waiting for? Let's go. By Budweiser. Now is the perfect time to enjoy a brewer-refreshed Beechwood-aged Budweiser. By Las Vegas. It's anything and everything. How soon can you get here? And by the National Thoroughbred Racing Association. Go, baby, go.
Ground transportation provided by National Car Rental, the official car rental company of the National Thoroughbred Racing Association.
Race results and related statistical information provided courtesy of Equibase Company, the thoroughbred industry's official database for racing information.
And welcome back. Racing of a different sort. RPM tonight, coming up next year on ESPN2. Folks filing out of Belmont Park, losing tickets, littering the ground here. We're going to get one final spray from the water truck as he goes by. Thank you very much.
We're all wet anyway, so why should this be any different?
Let's talk about Charismatic. Of course, there's plenty of room for this to be dissected and folks to be second-guessed, and we touched on the Lucas factor. But Hank also talked earlier about Chris Antley's job riding Charismatic, and it has become a syndrome. Riders going for the Triple Crown perhaps get a little bit eager, perhaps go to the front a little bit early. I'm not second-guessing Antley, but there will be those who do.